Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. I am Elizabeth.
And I am James. It is great to be back here with you all. How are you doing today, Elizabeth?
I am doing really well, actually. I had a great start to my morning. What about you? You look a little bit tired.
You know me too well, yes. I am a little tired today. My daily routine was a bit chaotic this morning.
Chaotic. That is a great word. It means crazy or disorganized. Why was it chaotic?
Well, I overslept. My alarm didn't go off. Or maybe it did, and I just ignored it.
That happens to the best of us. And that actually brings us perfectly to our topic for today.
Oh, right. We are talking about daily life today.
Exactly. We are going to walk through a whole day, from the moment you wake up to the moment your head hits the pillow at night.
This is such a good topic because it is useful for everyone. You have to talk about your day all the time.
You really do. Whether you're chatting with a coworker or catching up with a friend, daily life is the #1 conversation starter.
So let's go back to my chaotic morning. The phrase we need here is to oversleep.
Yes, to oversleep. This means you slept longer than you intended to. You woke up late.
I hate oversleeping. It makes me feel stressed. I usually wake up at 7, but today I woke up at 8.
That is a rush. So, what is your normal morning routine like when you don't oversleep?
Okay, on a good day, my alarm goes off, I stretch in bed for a minute, and then I get up.
Are you a morning person or are you a night owl?
Definitely a night owl. Mornings are hard for me. I need coffee immediately.
Me too. I head straight to the kitchen to brew coffee. Do you remember the word brew?
B-R-E-W, to brew. It sounds much fancier than just saying make coffee.
It does. While the coffee is brewing, I usually check my phone. I look at the news or social media.
Careful, that is a dangerous habit. You can get stuck scrolling for 20 minutes.
I know, it is a bad habit I'm trying to stop. After coffee, I get dressed.
Do you pick out your clothes the night before, or do you choose them in the morning?
I pick them out the night before. It saves time. Then I put on my makeup and do my hair.
See, that is why you are more organized than me. I just grab whatever is clean.
Let's pause for a second and practice some of these morning phrases. I want you to repeat after me.
Speak out loud. Don't be shy.
I overslept this morning.
I overslept this morning.
I need to brew some coffee.
I need to brew some coffee.
I get dressed for work.
I get dressed for work.
Okay, so we're awake, we're caffeinated, and we're dressed. Now comes the hard part.
Leaving the house. The commute.
The commute. We mentioned this before. It is your trip to work.
How long is your commute, Elizabeth?
It takes me about 40 minutes. I take the subway. What about you?
I drive. It usually takes 30 minutes unless there is a traffic jam.
A traffic jam. That is when there are too many cars on the road and nobody is moving.
I cannot stand traffic jams. I get road rage.
Road rage? I can't imagine that. Road rage is when you get angry at other drivers.
Only a little bit. I just yell inside my car. I don't actually do anything.
So, what do you do while you drive? Do you listen to music?
I listen to podcasts, just like this one. It helps the time pass.
Podcasts are great for commuting. On the subway, I usually read a book or listen to music.
Do you ever fall asleep on the subway?
Sometimes, but I'm always afraid I will miss my stop.
To miss your stop, that means staying on the train or bus past the place where you wanted to get off.
That is the worst feeling. Then you have to go all the way back.
Let's practice some commuting sentences. Ready?
Ready. Listen and repeat. The traffic is terrible today.
The traffic is terrible today.
I listened to a podcast on my way to work.
I listened to a podcast on my way to work.
I take the subway to the office.
I take the subway to the office.
All right, we have arrived at the office. Or maybe you work from home.
Working from home is very common now. We call it remote work.
Do you prefer working in the office or remotely?
I like a mix. I like seeing my colleagues in the office, but I love staying in my pajamas at home.
Pajamas are definitely a benefit. So, what is the first thing you do at work?
Emails, always emails. I log into my computer and clear my inbox.
To clear your inbox. That means reading and deleting or replying to your new messages.
Then, I usually have a team meeting. We call it a stand-up meeting.
A stand-up meeting. Does everyone actually stand up?
Sometimes I'll yes. It's meant to be a short, quick meeting to discuss the plan for the day.
That sounds efficient. I have a lot of deadlines in my job.
A deadline. That is the time or date by which a task must be finished.
Yes, deadlines can be very stressful. When I have a tight deadline, I have to work through lunch. Work through lunch? No way. Lunch is sacred. I know. I try not to do it often. Usually, I take a break around 1 o'clock. Do you bring a packed lunch or do you buy food? I usually bring leftovers from dinner. It is cheaper and healthier.
I am lazy. I go to the sandwich shop down the street. I get a turkey sandwich almost every day.
You need more variety in your life, James.
Let's pause and practice talking about work. Listen carefully.
I have a deadline tomorrow.
I have a deadline tomorrow.
I am working from home today.
I am working from home today.
Let's take a lunch break.
Let's take a lunch break.
Fast forward to the end of the day. It is 5 o'clock. Or maybe 6.
Freedom! It is time to clock out.
To clock out. That is an old phrase from when people used physical clocks to track work. Now it just means to leave work.
What is your routine when you get home? Do you collapse on the sofa?
Not immediately. First, I have to walk the dog.
Aw, you have a dog?
Yes, a golden retriever. He has a lot of energy, so we go for a long walk.
Walking the dog is a great daily habit. It gets you outside.
Exactly. After the walk, I start thinking about dinner.
Are you a good cook?
I'm okay. I can make simple things, pasta, stir fry, salad. What about you?
I am terrible. I burn everything. I usually rely on my wife to cook, or we order takeout.
What is your favorite takeout?
Probably pizza, or maybe Thai food.
Thai food is delicious. After dinner, do you help with the chores?
Of course I do. I am a good husband. I usually do the dishes.
To do the dishes. We talked about this. Washing the plates and cups.
And I take out the trash. That is my job.
What about laundry?
Laundry is the worst. Folding clothes takes forever. I try to avoid it.
I actually don't mind laundry. I listen to music while I fold. It is kind of relaxing.
Let's practice evening vocabulary. Repeat after me.
I need to walk the dog.
I need to walk the dog.
Let's order pizza for dinner.
Let's order pizza for dinner.
It is your turn to do the dishes.
It is your turn to do the dishes.
Now the best part of the day, the evening relaxation.
Unwinding. I love this part.
How do you unwind?
I put on my sweatpants, I sit on the couch, and I watch a series on Netflix.
Binge watching?
Oh, good term. To binge watch. That means to watch many episodes of a show in one sitting. like 3 or 4 hours of TV.
I am definitely guilty of binge watching. Sometimes I stay up way too late because I just have to see the next episode.
Just one more. That is the famous lie we tell ourselves.
Sometimes, if I want to be healthy, I read a book instead, or I take a bath.
A hot bath sounds amazing. With bubbles?
Yes, with bubbles. It helps me sleep better.
Sleep is so important. What time do you usually turn in?
To turn in. That is a phrasal verb meaning to go to bed. I usually turn in around 10:30.
That is a healthy time. I usually turn in until midnight.
You need to work on your sleep schedule, James.
I know. I'm trying. I set an alarm on my phone to remind me to go to bed.
Let's practice the end of the day phrases.
Go ahead.
I like to binge watch TV shows.
I like to binge watch TV shows.
I am going to turn in early tonight.
I am going to turn in early tonight.
I set my alarm for 7 a.m.
I set my alarm for 7 a.m.
So we have covered the weekdays, but life isn't just about work, right?
Thank goodness we have the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
How does your daily life change on the weekend?
Well, the alarm is turned off. That is the biggest change. I sleep in.
To sleep in. We learned that earlier. It means sleeping late.
And then I have a big breakfast. Pancakes, bacon, eggs, the works.
You are making me hungry. I usually spend Saturdays running errands.
Errands. These are the boring little tasks you have to do. Grocery shopping, going to the bank, getting a haircut.
Exactly. It is not fun, but it is necessary. I go to the supermarket and buy food for the week.
Do you make a shopping list?
Always. If I don't make a list, I buy things I don't need, like cookies and chips.
The impulse buys. I do that all the time.
What about Sunday? Is Sunday a lazy day for you?
Sundays are for family. We usually go to the park or visit my parents. We have a big family lunch.
That sounds lovely. I like to prepare for the next week on Sunday evenings.
How do you prepare?
I iron my clothes. I pack my bag. I look at my calendar. It helps me feel less stressed on Monday morning.
You are very disciplined, Elizabeth. I usually just panic on Monday morning.
Let's practice some weekend phrases.
I am listening.
I have a lot of errands to run.
I have a lot of errands to run.
Let's go grocery shopping.
Let's go grocery shopping.
I visit my family on Sundays.
I visit my family on Sundays.
Okay, James, I have a challenge for you.
Oh no. What kind of challenge?
A listening challenge. I am going to tell a story about a person's day. I want you and the listeners to listen closely.
Okay, I can do that.
This is the story of Tom. Tom is a baker. He wakes up very early, at 3 in the morning. He does not hit the snooze button. He gets up immediately and drinks a glass of cold water. He drives his van to the bakery. The streets are empty and quiet.
3 in the morning? That is too early.
At the bakery, he starts making bread. He mixes the flour and water. The smell of fresh bread fills the air. He works hard until noon. Then he closes the shop and goes home. He takes a nap in the afternoon.
A nap. A short sleep during the day.
In the evening, Tom plays the guitar. He loves music. He has dinner with his wife, and he goes to bed at 8 p.m.
Wow. His schedule is completely different from mine. He is an extreme early bird.
Did you catch the verbs in the story? Wakes up, drives, works, goes.
These are all in the present simple tense. We use the present simple for routines.
I wake up. She wakes up. He drives.
Don't forget the S sound for he and she. He works, she plays.
Let's try a quick grammar drill. I will say the sentence with I. You change it to she.
Okay, I got it.
I wake up at 7.
She wakes up at 7.
I drive to work.
She drives to work.
I watch TV in the evening.
She watches TV in the evening.
I do the dishes.
She does the dishes.
Perfect. That last one is tricky. Do becomes does.
And watch becomes watches. You add ES.
We are getting close to the end of our episode, but before we go, let's talk about feelings.
Feelings about daily life?
Yes. How do you feel at the end of the day? Sometimes you feel exhausted.
Exhausted. That means very, very tired. I worked 12 hours. I am exhausted.
Sometimes you feel accomplished.
Accomplished. That means you feel proud because you did a lot of work.
And sometimes you feel burned out.
That is a serious one. Burned out means you have worked too hard for too long and you have no energy left.
If you feel burned out, you need to take a break. Take a vacation.
Self-care is important in daily life.
Let's practice these feeling words.
Hit me.
I am exhausted after work.
I am exhausted after work.
I feel accomplished today.
I feel accomplished today.
I don't want to get burned out.
I don't want to get burned out.
James, if you could change one thing about your daily life, what would it be?
That is a tough question. I think I would like to exercise more in the morning. It gives you energy for the day.
That is a good goal. Maybe you should start tomorrow.
Maybe, if I don't hit the snooze button. What about you?
I would like to spend less time on my phone. I want to be more present in the moment.
Being present. That is a beautiful goal. It means paying attention to what is happening right now.
Well, I think that is a great place to end today's episode.
We covered a lot today. Waking up, commuting, working, chores, and relaxing.
To our listeners, here is your homework. Tonight, before you go to sleep, think about your day in English.
Say to yourself, today I woke up. I went to work. I ate pizza.
Keep it simple. Just practice the narration.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes. That is how we learn.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It was a pleasure.
Yes, thank you, everyone. If you liked this episode, please share it with a friend who is learning English.
We will be back soon with another topic. Until then, have a productive day.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.
Bye.